United States District Court, District of Maine, United States of America versus Raymond Carter, defendant, docket number, plea agreement. The United States of America, by and through J. McCloskey, Assistant U.S. States uh, Attorney for the District of Maine, and Robert Carter, acting for himself and through his counsel, Thomas Berry, Esquire, enter into the following agreement based upon the promises and understandings. Raymond Carter will plead guilty to an indictment which charges him with participation in the illegal importation of hashish into Dutch Neck, Walboro, Maine in 1981. It is agreed and understood that with regard to his guilty plea to this indictment, referred to in paragraph 1, the defendant shall not receive a sentence greater than 2 years. The defendant may request a lesser sentence, while the government may make any recommendations up to 2 years. If a split sentence is imposed, the term of probation shall be within the discretion of the court. The court shall have the discretion to impose a fine, but the government will make no recommendations that the court do so. The defendant shall be subject to any special parole term required by the statutes to which he is pleading guilty. As part of this agreement, in consideration for the limitations on the sentence set forth, Raymond Carter agrees to fully cooperate with the United States government. Full cooperation means that Raymond Carter will do all the following. He will disclose to the government agents all of his criminal activity and all that he knows or has heard about criminal activity by any and all other persons. He will provide the government or aid the government in acquiring all documents, photographs, bills, records, receipts, and like material in his custody or to which he has access, which will corroborate information given to paragraph 3 above. He will give complete and honest testimony at any and all proceedings with respect to matters covered by the paragraph 3, whenever requested by the government. He will meet with government attorneys in preparation for giving testimony pursuant to paragraph 3 and will accompany them when requested for the purpose of locating evidence or preparing for testimony. It is understood that should any of the information provided by the defendant reveal any other criminal activity except those violations mentioned in paragraph 1 to which he is to plead guilty, it will be deemed as having been given under use immunity and it could not be used against him. Defendant shall not receive use immunity regarding his involvement in the offense referred to in paragraph 1. Nothing in this agreement will prevent the government from prosecuting defendant for perjury, false statement, or false declaration if committed in connection with this agreement. Additionally, defendant understands that the government will not tolerate any further violations of law by him, and should any become known, nothing in this agreement will preclude prosecution of the defendant by appropriate authorities for such violations. If defendant shall fail to cooperate fully as defined in paragraph 3, the government will be released from the commitment herein, and this agreement shall be null and void. The determination of whether defendant has cooperated fully, as contemplated in paragraph 3, shall be made solely by the United States Attorney for the District of Maine and must be based upon actionable facts. Defendant understands that there are no further or other agreements, either express or implied, other than those contained in this agreement, and none will be made except in this writings signed by the parties. Defendant's signature in the space designated signifies his full and voluntary acceptance of this agreement. This agreement is made pursuant to Rule 11E1C Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. Richard Cohen, United States Attorney, by J.P. McCluskey, Assistant U.S. Attorney, dated December 11, 1985. I have read this agreement and carefully reviewed every part of it. I understand it and I voluntarily agree to it. Dated 12/11/85, signed Raymond Carter. I represent Raymond Carter as his legal counsel. I have carefully reviewed every part of this agreement with him. To my knowledge, his decision to enter this agreement is an informed and voluntary one, dated 12/11/85, signed Thomas Berry, Esquire.